A mammoth crowd in solidarity marched through the streets of Kano State, 5 days after the return of President Muhammadu Buhari to Nigeria from his medical vacation in the UK.
Buhari has come back home. Buhari has better health now. Buhari has resumed office. Buhari is now discharging his presidential responsibilities. Therefore, we pray to you, we pray for you, Allah should continue to reward you.
That president is our choice. We are solidly behind what he is doing. We support what he is doing. We endorse his action. We endorse all his movement.
The Nigerians are still with him, are going to also be with him. We are expecting a full take-off of activities and programs, and I'm sure that he comes with all that plan. As soon as he takes over, I'm sure very soon everything is going to be normal and everything is going to take its own shape.
In President Buhari's home state, Katsina, hundreds also take to the streets, dancing, jubilating, and expressing happiness to see the president in good health and back to his duty post.
This is the only president that has never shown any preference for any one particular state than the other. He has been a leader. This is what we want in this country, leaders, not the big men. Big men are all over the place.
In faraway Johannesburg, South Africa, a media lunch with the Nigerian mission officials briefly turned into a celebration when the news of President Buhari's return filtered in.
Dear citizens,
the president resumes duty with a national broadcast. He talks tough against moves by some groups to break away from Nigeria.
Nigerians are robust and lively in discussing their affairs. But I was distressed to notice that some of the comments, especially in the social media, have crossed our national red lines by daring to question our collective existence as a nation. This is a step too far. In 2003, after I joined partisan politics, the late Chief Emeka Ojukwu came and stayed as my guest in my hometown, Daura. Over 2 days, we discussed in great depth till late into the night and analyzed the problems of Nigeria. We both came to the conclusion that the country must remain one and united. Nigerians' unity is settled and not negotiable. We shall not allow irresponsible elements to start trouble, and when things get bad, they run away and settle others with the responsibility of bringing back order, if necessary, with their blood. Every Nigerian has the right to live and pursue his business anywhere in Nigeria without let or hindrance. I believe the very vast majority of Nigerians share this view. This is not to deny that there are legitimate concerns. Every group has a grievance, but the beauty and attraction of a federation is that it allows different groups to air their grievances and work out a mode of coexistence. The National Assembly and the National Council of States are the legitimate and appropriate bodies for national discourse.
President Buhari wants the successes recorded so far against Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast sustained.
I'm charging the security agencies not to let the successes achieved in the last 18 months be a sign to relax. Terrorists and criminals must be fought and destroyed relentlessly so that the majority of us can live in peace and safety. Therefore, we are going to reinforce and reinvigorate the fight not only against the elements of Boko Haram, which are attempting a new series of attacks on soft targets, kidnappings, farmers versus herdsmen clashes, in addition to ethnic violence fueled by political mischief makers. We shall tackle them all.
Issues of economic security, political evolution and integration, as well as lasting peace among all Nigerians, is what the president's speech harped on. Although the president's speech was emphatic on Nigeria's unity, he is, however, placing the responsibility for the management of the national discourse at the door of the National Assembly and the National Council of State.
There is no other way, no matter how bright you are, no matter how convinced you are, no matter how many people subscribe to it, there's really no other way we can change anything legally and peacefully other than the one that we have created for ourselves. And that institution is the National Assembly.
I believe the National Assembly has to step up to its responsibilities, which indeed we are doing, to look at some of the concerns that have been, or the agitations.
Other lawmakers have a different view about the role given to the National Assembly to play on the issue of restructuring.
Already we don't have a balanced representation in the National Assembly. You can vividly see it whenever we are having a debate. There are issues that will be raised because of the number of people from certain side. It will not scale through. So I still believe that restructuring cannot be left for only National Assembly.
The president's return to work after 100 days springs up a number of burning issues, a major discourse on the lips of Nigerians, from the provision of good health facilities, improved economy, electricity supply, security, and a host of others. Former Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, declines being specific about what the president should focus on as he resumes work.
I think that perhaps was the most important element in his speech, namely that these ethnic champions will be dealt with according to law, that nobody has a right to undermine the unity, peace, and stability of our country. Whether you are agitating for to renegotiate Nigeria, and you are conducting yourself in a way that clearly undermines national security, that you'll be dealt with firmly. On the other hand, if you assume the status of self-elected custodian of a certain part, and you are giving quick notice to other people, the president has said every Nigerian has a right to live and do his business in any part of the country, which means anybody making statement to the contrary will be dealt with according to law. It's not for me to tell the president what he needs to do, but it is normal that you examine your tools, you review the policy choices you had evolved over the past 2 years. Those of them that seem to be working and delivering well, you straighten them. Those that didn't seem to have performed, you review them. You look at your personnel and see which one you need to straighten and all of that. I think in a way, because I had also officiated at a lower level as governor. No government wants to be driven by the mob. Because you are a leader, we are in a democracy, people can say what they want to say, but what you see from inside is often much more than you are able to say. I believe the president, after 2 years, he has also said something, that this period also afforded him opportunity for much, much deeper reflection. I will expect that over the next couple of days, the outcome of those reflections will begin to manifest in his pronouncements and decisions.
Many pray for a perfect health for the president, even as they hope to see the real change in all sectors of the economy. Will the government be able to meet up with so many huge campaign promises? The coming days will give answers.